time to be alive. I just wish that experience that was in the 60s, that every American could share that. I used to work and come home at night, and the news would come on whether they're going to march or not going to march. That's the question. And I would watch them when they would come out of the church where Dr. King was passing, and they would sing the old gospel song, and we'd be talking. You think they're going to march because they done been threatened? They better not march. They're going to sick the dogs on them. They're going to put the water hose on them. They're going to beat them with those things. They're going to knock them to the ground. They're going to put them in jail. They're going to do all that. You think they still going to march? And then I would see them older one, and it just was a peculiar movement. It had the younger one who had the fire and the energy. They had the older one who had the experience and really the background, and they blend together. And I would see them come out, and I would talk to my wife. She said they supposed to march. They supposed to decide whether they gonna march tomorrow. You think they gonna march, Mac? And I said when they get through speaking, and they start up. Most all of this, but the song will be spontaneous, no programming up, and they start to sing the old Negro spiritual. Don't you let nobody turn you around, turn you around. Don't you let nobody turn you around. Keep on to Calvary. And I said, oh yeah, they gonna march tomorrow. I said yeah, they gonna get beat. They gonna get beat. I said they gonna put the water hose on them. The dog gonna bite them. And they gonna fill up the jail, but they gonna march. I said because they undergird the movement with a spiritual background, and so then it became a righteous cause. Then it became a cause bigger than yourself, a cause that if I have to give up my body, my life, it is for my children and my children's children. And when I would see them go through that, and I thought that's one of the points I named as a change of direction in this country. I said the Revolutionary War was one of the changes. I said there were many other things, but I thought my key. I said the Revolutionary War changed this country in a direction. The Civil War changed it, and the Civil Rights changed it. Now you ask me what happened to the Spanish-American War, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, World War I, and all of those had effect. But those things changed the direction of the country. It became a new movement. And so I tell the young people, I said, those movements probably say come around everyone under a year or more or so. But I said it was a great experience to live during that time. But back to the subject, this country never really had a dialogue, an open dialogue in the race relation, and from the way they conquered the country, from the Indian to the way they treated those who are Mexican. I tell them a lot of time when they're talking about crossing the border out there in Mexico and New Mexico and out there in Arizona. I say, yeah, but you have to remember now, back there before this country had annexed that, those people were out there. Mm-hmm. See, I say, Mexico and that part of the country one time were ruled by that country of Mexico.
That's right.
So I said,
Texas. Yeah.
I said maybe the chicken just coming on the roof. I don't know. I don't know what is happening in the world sometimes. And I said, but I said this country never had an open. We had a tendency to bury things and pretend that everything is all right. And look, it's almost like I grew up in a time when they had bootleggers. bootleg wasn't nothing but people that sold corn whiskey, and the government, I guess, one reason why they were so much they wasn't getting a tax on it. But when they started selling the whiskey in the ABC store, they could make money off it. All right, it was all right when they were selling it. They were doing it legal, but it was just like I've seen bootleggers because the neighborhood I grew up in, I guess they had about 8 or 9 bootleggers. People doing a little thing. They ain't had no whole lot of big job. So whatever they would do for to survive, they did it.
Well, that happened up north too, where my people are from. That happened up north too, where my people are from.
All right. And I've seen, since I was carrying paper, I've carried paper that time, people boy, and no, I would go to everyone's house. I've seen the policemen come in the raid. I see the person hide the whiskey, and when policemen go out, they did a lot of paying off back there, a whole lot of grass for paying off. They hide it, and the policemen move, we pull it on out. Well, that's what we've done with that's what we've done with our issues and things. We buried them, and then we went on and when we got off by ourselves, when I guess when black got off by themselves, they talked about the hurts and the hurt and this and that. And then I guess when white got off by themselves, they talked about this and that. But we never did sit down and bring this thing out and say, look here, this is where we are. This is how we got here. This is what we need to do. And something, and above all, it doesn't hurt anyone to apologize or something. One of the things I learned in my marriage that apology goes a long way. I've gone to bed a minute night, not like the Bible told me to go to bed. The Bible tells me to go to bed clear of conscience with nothing on my mind. And if Nita and I were mad with something, we went to bed that way, but that wasn't the way to go to bed. You supposed to clear it up and then you peace. But that's all we did. We just hit it. And now I think we coming to an age when younger people are beginning to ask more questions. Why this and why not that? And the worst thing that can happen to a people is to be in a position to wake up and find yourself in a position like you come out of a coma or something. You don't know how in the world you got there. You hardly don't know where you are, and you hardly don't know where to go. And that would have happened a lot. And so I just